30,000. That's how many jobs have been created by China in Africa over the last 2 years, more than any other country in the world. A figure that might come as a surprise to many, considering the popular belief that Chinese companies only hire Chinese workers. From phone companies to construction to real estate, Chinese companies who have set up shop across the continent say 93% of their employees are locals. Brian Kiragu is a strategist supervisor at AVIC International here in Nairobi. This isn't the first time he's worked for a Chinese employer, and he says local hires are crucial for any company.
We can also be able to see, and we know, for example, I have a project. I cannot go around to that country and just start everything by myself. I need my support team. Now, the number of people, or the Chinese people who are coming to Kenya, that is just a support team to the main team. And that's whereby you find that, for example, in AVIC, we have a support team of not very many people, but the most people who are working with us, they are Kenyans. That's something that we have done, and I, as a Kenyan, I can approve that. I'm also working in AVIC, and I'm an example of that.
AVIC has big plans for Africa, and they've set up a base in the Kenyan capital, spearheading construction of one of the biggest global trade centers in the region, which is set to include East Africa's tallest building. This mega project by AVIC International has created about 2,000 jobs for Kenyans so far. And once the project is completed in 2019 or 2020, that number could rise to well over 5,000.
There are so many youths in Africa who are jobless, but as AVIC, we are trying as much as possible to accommodate them. Let them also have a bread on the table.
A recent report by the World Bank reveals that, taking Kenya for example, 60% of Chinese companies offer formal training on skills, safety and hygiene for local staff. That's compared to 64% on the part of all foreign firms in the country. During his visit to 5 African nations in January, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi said despite the sluggish global economy and trade growth, industrial cooperation between China and Africa has been gaining momentum as more Chinese companies invest in Africa. And as more private investment comes in, hopefully so will the jobs. Galang, CGTN, Nairobi, Kenya.